What's up, boys, and welcome back to another episode of No Showering 40-Day Streak. Right now, we're on episode 38, and we're also going to be doing a review of Grendel, the Omnibus. Now, let me just get this right off the bat. You're not gonna like this unless you're a nerd, most likely, or unless you're like a reader of regular novels too, because the beginning part of this is really word heavy, so it takes a while to get through. But what this is basically about is this millionaire that's kind of he's like a genius, has been since he was a little boy, and both of his parents like died at a young age, so he was raised by his fencing teacher, and he ends up becoming a mob boss and uses being a famous writer as a cover for his riches, and he lives at a mansion. And that's basically what the story's about. He also assassinates people like child sex traffickers and stuff like that. So it's got some pretty dark themes and scenes, so maybe don't read it unless you're like at least 15, I'd say, probably older. But because there is like partial nudity in it too, but I mean it's all drawn, so plus, I mean, well, it's probably nothing you've probably ever seen that was worse if you're 15 at this point. But, yeah, Grendel's about that. And there's also a little bit of supernatural stuff to it with, like, witchcraft. And there's also this werewolf guy that's trying to kill him because he's an assassin and he thinks what he's doing is wrong. And that's pretty much it. This also contains a lot of short stories. Like, this beginning part of it, right here, this part of it tells basically the whole story of his life, and all the rest of it is just retellings in much greater detail. So in terms of like the way the story's told, I wouldn't say it's told in the best kind of way. I haven't read the second volume yet. It's sort of like JoJo in the sense that each volume has a different person that takes up the mantle, and like that was inspired by the original person. But yeah, that's what Grendel's about. I would give this series probably about a 6 out of 10. It's a little slow, and I read it while I was on a road trip, but I still liked it. It's a more mature, it's for a mature audience, so plus you'd have to be a pretty big comic book nerd to like something like this. That's my Grendel review. See ya.